Sorry,
Anyway,
you wanted to do something.
I want to
Gabby,
do
seriously?
an intro, yeah. It's not a proper,
Oh, go on
it's
then.
not going to be like a dramatic intro, not like my last one. And
Da,
not
da,
as-
da, da.
Exactly, and not like Jackie's great attempt last time. So
You know what?
basically, welcome it.
I love that.
Nothing.
You know what? I got nothing.
You know what?
You know what?
You're right.
All right,
It was really
prove
good,
me
wasn't it?
wrong. I'll send you the script next time. Hi everybody, and welcome to
I
Neverwinter
don't need it.
Eternal
I'm prepared now.
on Die 20. Thanks for watching. So, I think we've come a long way since we started, haven't we? I think we've become a bit too predictable, though. I think we have. I think we've got to the point where I could guess what's going to happen in today's session. Not with everybody, but in generalized. So I've made some predictions. I have them written down here. I mean, I could reveal them now, or I can reveal them at the end.
I think
And
you should
see-
reveal them now because we're not going to trust you.
No. I mean, I could pin it up here, and it will always be
If
there.
you say them now,
Yeah, but we can't
But
see
if
what
you-
it says.
Yeah, that's the
yeah, but
point.
if she says them now, then you're all going to make
It
sure
might-
they don't happen.
So what,
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
Oh,
could do?
Damien,
Do you want to
Damien,
run them
as if
down to
as if
me?
we're going to remember that.
No, all right,
Right.
hang on. I've got to think.
We
Give me a
struggle to
second.
solve this simple
Yeah,
okay.
Just yeet them down the stairs.
Look,
And then
gonna,
we'll know you-
Taking them to a trusted adjudicator.
look, I'm going to put it right
Apparently
here.
not. No, she's posting them in the wall.
There you go. Right,
It's really
Is that
Like
just
you
a
are
hole
putting
in
them
your
through the
wall?
following.
Delilah. No, it's just a
You're
bit of the
holding
foam.
Oh.
This is in between the foam.
I'm going to put it in my secret post-it box.
This is let me just slot it into the secret hole that I've made.
I thought
There you go.
I thought the entire bit was that you were just going to start
You're what hole?
announcing you're doing
Predictions
low
hole.
magic.
That is. Well, I could do. Anyway, that's the magic. There's the predictions. If that moves, someone bring it up, but it's not going to. So
But
at
we
the
don't know
end of
what
the-
it says.
At the end, you don't need to know yet.
I do, because you could be like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
I'm gonna read them out,
I wouldn't-
and I'll get
They're
Freya
there.
to.
They're there.
They're there. I'll read them out, and Freya can double check them. But those are the predictions
Either
of the
that, or I was
episode.
going to magically.
So if you
I was
want
not going to magically go. Was this your prediction? And pull it out from behind one of our ears.
yeah, it's actually in Dama's headphones. But I placed it there last time I was there.
Playing the long game.
But anyway, if you want to find out what I think is going to happen in this episode, write some of your own predictions down in the comments. See what happens. Anyway, session 5.
Every fucker dies.
I bet the
Session
predictions are like
5.
Yeah,
someone's going to turn
Yeah,
on
it
the camera and mess up with the editing.
yeah. I'm just gonna just
getting
see a
on,
little
aren't we?
glitch there and it disappears.
We're getting on. You've
I've
been
done
up
it
funny
like
soon.
tabs. So
Look at-
4.
Look
and
at
then
my
this is the fifth
tabs.
one.
Look
Right,
at my
in the-
tabs.
Look at this tab. Anyway,
Look at this phone.
In the same vein of not being super predictable, and just because I had a bit of a nostalgia moment the other day and I really missed it.
Oh no.
no.
Who wants to recap?
Your mum.
Oh.
That play.
Psych.
She got blue.
Let's
I can recap. I'll
Right,
recap
then.
with
I
my
missed the
super
group
notebook.
recaps.
But yours are so concise.
I know, but that's why I don't like it.
We started the session aiming to meet everybody together after a night back at our respective inns. There was a lot of bandying about exactly what we were going to do, and we decided to split the party. Later on, Magda, Risen, and Luna decided that they were going to have a wander by the warehouse because they were more inconspicuous than the rest of the party, and Indara, Wraith, Rin, and Jacqueline decided to head in to meet Rendra, who was the animal vendor at the market.
And,
So those guys went to the Whisker and Feather, a place for animal companionship, which I've written in inverted commas because something about it gave me the ick. I also wrote
It's
a lot
not
of
a pet
notes
shop.
about what accent Rendra is meant to have because I was confused.
Yeah, I was about to
Welsh,
say that.
Scottish, Welsh,
Yeah.
Brummy.
Yep.
Maybe.
But Render is Scottish, and then he has a lot of pockets. His accent is also maybe not Scottish. Welsh? Nope. He had
I also put the companionship bit in quotes because it gave me the ick, just as a fun fact.
animal companionship.
I think everyone
He had a snake in his jerkin, which is
Yeah,
an
he's-
interesting
he's
follow-up
an
to
odd
animal
dude.
companionship.
I mean,
In his
Great
gilet.
person.
Indara mentioned about the Kenku reanimation thing, Malathor, and he immediately took everyone out the back to show them the snake in his jacket. No,
To show his
talk to
snake.
them
to
about
show us the snake. Didn't go down
About-
like that.
he did.
You did.
You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was there.
It was like thing after thing after thing because it was like animal companionship. He has a snake in his jerkin, and then I wrote the quote from Ant that says Rin is visibly excited.
I like that big snake.
Yeah, I took issue with this, and I feel like it needs to be on record. Because Rin likes intrigue. Apparently, I can't say staff's lengthening without being ridiculed. Damien can talk about warm release, and Ant can say that and nothing.
You
So,
missed something.
anyway.
We'll
You
You're
missed,
right.
you
We
missed
should
a
make
really,
sure.
really important bit.
yeah.
Them's the break. then.
Hindara got you a budgie.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
very important.
Dark
Oh
your
yeah,
budget.
no,
You
we're
have to
getting
remember
to that. So there are loads of animals. He said it only trades within nice circle. Sometimes he gets his animals from a slightly dodgy source. And the blades had been good to him in the past, which is why he was willing to talk about it. He has a contact within the Underveil, which is the black market, and he eventually was willing to allow us to meet with his contact on Saturday, but only if we helped to find him 200 gold, which is for the snake in his jerkin. Oh, he is
I've
Welsh.
also now
With an
realised,
exclamation mark.
now that you mentioned the budgie, I've just realised he's also a budgie smuggler.
Yeah, the budgie was on the shelf.
You can leave, James.
Don't care
Character will not be in this.
So we're going to be his hired muscle in a few days' time. I've written Vale's Grasp, Thieves Guild. Yeah, and then Wraith very cryptically said that he might be able to sort the money. Rich boy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And sorry, can I just when ow, just went no.
Huh?
But when Jacko was like, "How are you going to sort it? We want to know." You just went no. Like, just
No, you
no.
went.
No, I'm not telling you. No.
Yeah.
It's on a
and
need to know
then
basis.
It was great.
Indara bought
And he was like,
You don't need to
um,
know.
"I'm okay with this."
a present budgie for someone, name to be revealed. Apparently his name is Barry, but that's not going to fucking stay. Just saying it now. Rin
name's
bought a
Barry. You
mouse
won't-
called
his name's
Marvin. And then in the meantime, we arrived at the warehouse. The windows were boarded up, and it didn't look very open. But we managed to find some tracks leading around to a bay at the back. They looked barely serviceable, but obviously things had been used and moved around recently. We made the decision, I made the decision to attempt to speak to the animals loitering around the docks in the hopes that they had either been flying around and seen something or had been crawling around, made the mistake of talking to a fucking seagull. Which
was very
I
fun.
regret my
well.
decisions quite rapidly. It went as well as it was ever going to go. Spoke to a rat, got a little bit more information, which made it sound like it's some kind of fighting ring going on in there, but not necessarily like all participants are willing. Not really sure. To be confirmed. And
Also,
then
we
Risen
found out
also
they were
noticed a
big
creature watching, which appears to have been one of the Warforged from their previous adventure. And I think that was it. We're still at the warehouse, and you guys were just leaving the shop.
Yeah.
And you did
Yeah.
leave with animal companionship.
So on that,
Oh,
you
yeah.
watch as your spell ends, The rat takes a bit of pastry from you and disappears into the warehouse through a very small crack in the wall. You turn around to Luna and Risen, and what would you three like to do?
So what happened?
Well, it sounds like it's some kind of sort of fighting thing.
Ew.
But the rat said that the people taking part didn't seem very happy about it. Like maybe they don't want to be doing it.
Oh, it's people fighting, not animal fighting.
That's what it sounds like. He said people get hit a lot in there.
Did you have any idea, like, when? Is there a pattern to it?
I didn't. It was very difficult to get any information out of the rats or the seagulls.
Fair enough.
Do you speak to animals often?
No, not really. I can. It's sort of a recent thing. But no, not often. What? Why'd you ask?
Because I can do that too.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't seen someone do it in ages.
What kind of animals do you speak to?
Just animals.
Oh.
I haven't. There's not many around in the city.
No. I don't like to say nasty things about anything, but it would be quite nice if there were maybe a few less seagulls and a few more.
I don't know why you talk to seagulls.
animals.
Like I learned that the first day. Don't do that.
The way that I came in, there weren't really many gulls, but they were probably the stupider birds of the lot.
As you're saying this, like Luna and Risen, you both notice that about 3 feet away from Magda, just behind her, is still a seagull, just sort of walking backwards and forth.
There he is. There's his seagull head again.
Just gonna lean around and just go.
It's an alarmingly good seagull impression.
It's a really
way
good
too
seagull.
Good, isn't it? Thanks.
It is.
Maybe we should start walking to meet the others before your friend gets any ideas.
I lean around the other side and go, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yes, let's make our way back. Well, I had to feed it. It's so,
Yeah, you gotta be nice to them.
Well, you should always feed anything or anyone less fortunate than you, but I'm a bit worried he might follow us now.
He'll be fine. He'll get distracted.
Right, he's only got little legs.
Oh, I
Good
need to
quick.
make a stop on the way. Just a quick stop.
Okay.
Just I need to go in a certain direction.
That's fine.
Bobby. Okay, cool.
Where are we going? Where
To-
are we going? Are we meeting them at the shop, or are we going back to the
I mean, I'm at the Blades.
club? At the
Me
Blades.
as a blade, yeah. I lean over to Wraith and I go,
Race
I'm not there.
oh, I'm sorry, Wraith. Sorry.
Where did you go?
Oh my God.
Sorry, I lean over to Luna and I go, I'm so sorry. Which way is certain?
Oh, yeah, so, this way.
Is that like left or right or?
It's like the central direction. Like the,
Oh, I see. Like you need to go to a specific.
yeah, if
place.
you're like really, are you sure on which way you're going type thing.
Oh,
So I'm just going to say this way because I am sure this is the way I have to go.
I see. Sometimes I think that I'm missing out on like city lingo, and I just don't know.
Oh, I could teach you some if you want.
All right.
I don't have any right now, but I can.
I look really disappointed. Oh, okay. When you have some.
Yeah. It comes out naturally. I don't know what it is at the time. I can't just pull it, I don't really know.
Oh, well, that's what I thought when you said certain direction. I wondered if it was like slang for somewhere.
I mean, I don't think it is.
Oh,
It might
my
be.
gran never taught me slang. She said it was uncouth.
What the hell's uncouth?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He just looks you up and down.
Get fucked.
So, where are we headed?
Head back to the Blades, but I need to go past I forgot the fucking name of it again. The bridge. I need to go by. Damo, the
Certain
bridge.
direction.
The certain direction I need to go by, Damo.
But I don't know where you go.
The Sleeping Dragon, I need to go near there. I need to go to the bridge next to the Sleeping Dragon.
The Sleeping Dragon is the bridge.
Cool, I want to go there. I thought it was a tavern. I don't know why I thought it was a tavern. The Sleeping Dragon sounds like a tavern. It should be a tavern.
It
It
does.
sounds- It's
Yeah.
a tavern name, right? Yeah.
It is.
It is also an
Maybe there's a
explanation.
tavern as a part of the bridge.
I'm just going to put bridge next
Oh,
to my
that'd be
notes,
ace.
so I don't get confused in the future. 'Cause I keep
Bridge.
getting these. Bridge. Yes, I would
Sleeping-
like to head that way, please. If
So
everyone's willing to
you
come with me.
all
Yeah.
you're leaving the warehouse, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to make your way back to the Blades via the Sleeping Dragon Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So it doesn't take age. Are you walking? Are you getting a coach? What are you doing? Are you getting a riverboat?
Ooh, let's get a riverboat. What's a
okay.
cheaper option?
Let me open my notes. I should have definitely opened already.
I feel like the amount of excitement Magda would show for a riverboat, it's kind of worth it.
Oh, yeah.
The cheaper option would almost definitely be street carriages or a stagecoach.
Okay.
Thank you for not saying the cheaper option would be walking.
But it costs you
Shit,
in
I missed that
boots.
In this economy.
one. What's happened to me? I didn't even think about it. So yeah, as you guys would know from living in the city for so long, there are a lot of essentially water taxis. They're known throughout the city to you lot as wave skippers, because obviously it's a tidal river. It goes up and down, and they're not like, don't think like Venice with like some guy's got a big stick or something. Do you know what I mean? These are little boats, are quite often powered by like magic.
Nice.
And they take people all up and down the river from the docks all the way up to the river district. So yeah, the
It
boats
would wave
themselves.
skipper be city slang then, yeah?
Yeah.
Luna will
And
say all
they're
this.
normally so on the city slang, the people that drive the wave skippers, you guys would also know, you two would also know, they're called water wards. You are like literally the warehouse. You see the boats coming up and down, and essentially it's black cab. Like you just make eye contact and wave one down.
Yeah, do that.
Cool. So it's about 1 silver piece each.
Oh, fine.
That's extravagant.
Well,
I'll
powered
get
by
it.
magic. Magic ain't cheap.
I'll get it. I'll do it. No one do it. I'm paying.
So yeah, you sort of walk down away from the warehouse you're at. You find like a dock. You see these boats the whole time you're walking, like flying up and down. You wave one down. He pulls over, doesn't say a word, just waits for you to get in. You like turns around and goes, "Where to?"
Sleeping dragon, please, my lovely.
Yeah.
And you watch as he holds his hand out and he sort of like dips about that much of his hand into the water, and you watch as the water bubbles, and then this like small little canal style. It's like a cross between like a canoe and a canal boat. But it's at the back. There's like a covered bit at the back where he sits, and he just whops his hand in the water. You see it bubble, and then the whole
And he
boat
pees
just
himself.
lurches. Yeah, it's warm.
He has to be asleep for that.
and then the whole boat just lurches forward, and Within literally minutes, you are at the Sleeping Dragon Bridge. And he it's quite skillful how he does it, because there's no rudder on this boat, there's no steering wheel. This is all done by him. Like, you watch as his hand turns, the whole boat sort of just like, and he comes back. And I don't know if you've ever been in like a taxi when you've gone on holiday abroad on like a dodgy road and like riding a Vespa around fucking Paris. Like, he is weaving in between people, and like you're a bit like, fucking hell. Like, there's a few near misses. He's like, at one point he goes, "Where do you fucking go?" And then he's still going. Yeah.
I've never been on a boat before. Would I be okay?
Let's find out. Roll me a Constitution.
I was like, let's make the first roll of the evening something really pointless.
Yay.
I bet that's on Elle's list.
That's a 12.
Yeah.
So you guys sit down. You've been on the riverboats a million times, you know what I mean? And then as you look over, for a split second, you're like, oh my God, is she changing again? Because you watch as just Magda's skin goes this like twinge of green. Magda, you are at that point where you're like, you can feel it here, just in your throat.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna just take her head
I'm gonna,
and
like,
aim it towards the side of the boat.
Lean over the edge, yeah.
You have to pay
I'm
extra
gonna
to
get
get
my
in the
cloth.
boat.
My cloth's ready.
As you lean over the side of the boat, you watch as another wave skipper goes past you, and it sort of rocks the whole boat, just like the woo. As it does that, you just fucking off the side of the boat. And like, this guy hasn't really said a word the whole time you've been on this boat. He's just been like shouting out people getting too close, and you just hear from the back of the boat as he's got his hand stuck in the water behind you, just see him go. And then you swear the boat lurches for no reason. There was nothing.
Shrek.
Within a few minutes, you are at the base of the Sleeping Dragon Bridge. He pulls in, and there's no sort of docks here, but he pulls in, and there's like a sort of a sandy outcrop up to the bridge.
I scramble out of that boat as quick as I possibly can.
Your legs are like jelly.
And I clean myself up with my cloth as best I can as well.
Thank
I
you so
offer
much.
Magda an arm to get her up the hill.
I say, thank you very much. And like struggle up the sand trying to clean up my face. Leaning on Risen. Like...
While Risen and Magda are distracted getting off the beachy bit, I'm going to go to the usual spot.
Yep.
Is there anything in there?
There is a small package.
I'm going to take it.
Mm-hmm. Okey-dokey.
I'll just take it and put it in my pack.
Okay.
And scramble back up.
So you guys scramble up to the top of the bridge, and then Luna... Actually, can both of you roll me a perception? I'd say Magda with disadvantage. I'd actually say both with disadvantage, because you're helping Magda.
Okay.
I was waiting for that.
I'm hiding.
Oh, okay.
I'm hiding! I didn't say it, but I am.
I didn't think I'd have to stealth. They're being sick. Well, one of them is.
15.
14 for me.
With disadvantage?
Yep, roll 2 16s.
Crikey.
Jesus.
So what'd you get?
14. I rolled an 11 and a 13.
Luna, would you like to roll stealth?
Oh, go on for a bit of flair. I don't get advantage on this one.
Gonna get a 1.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Jackie, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They are.
Did I smell it? Was it a 1?
No, it was a 12.
Smell a 1.
12.
I was
So
flicking
you
sick
both-
off my hand.
As you're going up the hill, you both sort of like notice that Luna does slightly. She disappears under one of like the arches of the bridge for a second, and then just comes straight back out and rejoins you guys.
I kind of look at her and raise an eyebrow.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were
so
going to go
please-
that way. I got confused. I thought that was the way through. We haven't stopped here for ages. I keep forgetting it's not that way. You have to go up the side here.
Oh. Well, I always assumed you went over bridges, not under them.
You can walk underneath bridges.
I would say, Luna, roll a deception check, and if either of you want to, you can roll an insight.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm telling the truth.
Honest!
Jackie, do not say anything.
11.
Jackie, you said something in your mind. That's a 2 for a 4.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I literally rolled a 6 for a 9. I was like, this is pointless.
Look, these are my
You're
favorite
lying.
die for Luna. I can't use them anymore.
You're lying.
Risen,
You
what
can't
did you
go
get?
under bridges.
Right, but-
Risen, did you roll or
I got 11.
11? So yeah, you both know she's lying.
Okay. The eyebrow goes further up, but I
it's ripping off your fucking skull.
Just remove the clothes upwards.
That's one of those, isn't it? Just Risen will remember that.
I think knowing Risen for so long, I recognise the eyebrow of suspicion going up. I was like, come on, guys, we've got to meet the others quick.
So are you guys heading to the Blades then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I give Risen like a look, like, but I
return the look.
having met many children who don't want to tell their secrets. I'm like,
So I would say on the way, Luna is going to be obsessively asking Magda questions about just the magic that she does.
okay.
Any other druid magic do you do? Do you do other druid magic?
Not druid magic.
Yeah, like it's you can speak with animals. That's kind of like a druid thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Internally, Magda's like, I don't know what a druid is. There's one other thing that I can do, but that's it. I can sort of go into the senses of a beast if they'll let me.
Is that if you do the sit down for like 10-minute thing?
Yeah, and I can kind of use the beast senses. They can go off somewhere, and I can.
Could you teach me that one?
Yeah, that's really cool.
I can.
Because I'm like a practicing druid.
Oh,
I'm not very good at doing it. So if you could teach me some more, that'd be amazing.
well, I can try. Well, see, there is one other magic thing, but I don't know if it's. I don't know what it is.
I'm just like really in your face, by the way.
I hold up the cane like as we're walking, and I like stumble a step to you, and I'm like, I can talk to the budgie.
What,
In the
like
stick.
an animal? Oh, the stick.
Well, no, in my head, the stick talks to me in my head.
You hear voices in your head.
Well, just the budgie, actually.
Just one voice. Okay.
Just the one voice, actually.
I mean, that's not bad.
Well, he seems quite pleasant. Bit strange. Can be a bit rude.
Yeah.
Not to me. I think that's what my gran meant by uncouth.
Huh.
He's quite fond of when I get a bit cross.
I mean, it was pretty cool to look at. It was fun, from what I remember.
My hair got very messy.
So, it's all the tangles and the dried blood in her hair.
Well, I had to wash my clothes quite
Again.
vigorously afterwards.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I don't like being dirty.
What is dirty?
When you have things on you that shouldn't be there.
How do you know it's not meant to be there?
Well, normally if it starts to smell or if it leaves a stain or... And I'm trying really hard not to actually look at her as I'm saying this. Or if it, if it's come from someone else's body or, food, things like that, it's not meant to. Because germs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because it can make you poorly. You see?
Poorly.
So I don't like being dirty, and I look after lots of children. Well, my grandmother that you have.
You must have gotten. Sorry, there's a carriage going by. I couldn't hear anything.
My grandmother said that you needed to stay clean. But I what?
I just say I don't see why you worry. Sometimes it's nice to just be free.
Well, I'm getting the impression as time goes on that some of the things that my father and my grandmother taught me maybe were to try and stop me from becoming who I have become. But it means that there are just lots of things that I don't know. And I think Indara says that I might be a bit strange because of it.
There's nothing wrong with being a bit strange.
She just said she's strange.
She does. I don't think she means it in a horrible way. Most of the time.
I mean, you need to go against what family says sometimes. They can't be the nicest people.
No, I'm... Yes. My family didn't support me in the end, so But never mind. Still, I do like to be clean and tidy. And that probably won't ever change.
Well, you might have to teach me a few things about that then, apparently. It's very obvious that you can't look at me right now.
And
then she just walks off.
Oh,
I'm like mortified.
And with that, you see in the distance, you see the blades, the Guildhall of the Blades, start to appear.
Just under my breath, I'm just fucking, oh thank God,
The second-hand embarrassment is real.
15 minutes of my life.
And with that, Jacqueline, Rin, and Dara and Wraith, are you guys heading straight to the Blades, or is there anything you would like to do along the way?
I think we're just going to head straight to the Blades.
Yeah. You're not actually so where you are, you're not too far from the Blades. It would be about a 20-minute walk.
Only walk?
Yeah. So yeah, you set off thinking about the deal that you've just made with Rendra. And yeah, within 20 minutes you're at the Blades. I'd say you probably, with the riverboat, and you probably all arrive at about the same time. So yeah, as you approach the Blades, you see the other group from the other direction coming down the same street. What do you want to do?
Hey! Lyra! Magda!
If you're actively waving, then Jacqueline's going to go, oh, bloody hell. He's going to
I'm going to wave hard.
He's such
I'm gonna pick up Rin's hand, Rin's arm, and go, wave it. I'm going to try and make him wave it.
Rin will be completely up for that. He probably snatches his arm out of yours and just starts waving with the other.
Get both.
Yeah.
Sounds.
I enthusiastically wave back.
I kind of
But a bit
slouch
more
behind
queen.
Magda because she's the only tall one there.
Is it like a really long, awkward walk up to each other? Do we see each other from ages away?
10 minutes walking towards each other.
So
If you're doing that, Jacqueline's going to put his hood up.
So Indara is going to go straight over to Magda. Because she done got herself a budgie and she needs to offload said budgie.
You need to offload your budgie.
I need to offload my budgie. I have no desire to continue carrying this budgie around.
So the whole time you've been walking, this budgie has just been sat on your shoulder, Indara, and it's been like sort of lightly pecking like your earlobe, and then it like hops around the back of your neck, and it sits on your head, and it's sort of like just looking around. Magda, as Indara approaches you, you see this budgie, this small budgie, just sat directly on top of her head, just singing, just having a little sing song as Indara walks along.
Okay. I as Indara approaches me, this budgie on her head, I say, Indara, what is that?
Nobody can see the face I'm pulling right now. Indara is going to give you the weirdest look.
Budgie?
It's a budgie.
Did you buy a budgie? You did buy the budgie.
I did buy the budgie.
We bought the budgie.
I
saw.
bought the budgie.
Okay, no.
Okay.
I am not
You're
in
not
fact
going
a
to.
budgie smuggler.
You're not planning on eating the budgie, are you?
There's nothing to eat on the budgie. It's tiny. No, I bought the budgie for you. I thought you could do with a friend.
You bought the budgie for me?
Yes.
It's for me? That budgie is for me?
Yes.
No, it's not.
I hold out my hands for it to like hop onto my hands from her head. Come on then.
Indara's gonna like encourage the budgie to move over.
So you hold out your hands, and the budgie doesn't move. It just looks at your pocket, Indara.
I take out some of the foody stuff that I was given and give it to Magda.
Okay.
So Magda,
I put some of it in my hands and hold it out to the.
So you take this little part of Indara, and as you open it up, you see inside there's like this like amber-coloured, like really sticky liquid in there, and you just gotta spread it on your hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like put a bit on my hand and.
So and as you do that, you watch as the budgie sort of like its head sort of goes, and it looks at the pot. It looks at the pot, looks at your hand. This is it now forever. It looks at the pot. You fucking brought the cunt. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just sorry. No, your bird impressions are absolutely point.
Oh,
Really
mate,
good.
wait till you see my fucking wait until you see my pigeon. That's all I'm saying.
I just kind of want us. I want us to find varying sizes of birds to see if they do the same.
How hard would it be to find an ostrich?
An ostrich? I have to get up for an ostrich. That's all that shit, isn't it?
You kind of have to get it for a pigeon as well, because the faster they run, the faster.
I know that you got really annoyed at us. I know that you got really annoyed at us asking if rats were. What about what's your stance on flamingos?
Yeah, how many flamingos are in the dark right now?
So the budgie looks at the thing. That's my stance on fucking flamingos, James. The budgie looks at the pot and then looks at your hand and then does like a look at Indara and then hops down onto Indara's shoulder. And like Indara, as you hold your hand out, it just sort of like, you know, it does like when they do like the 2 feet hops.
Yeah, the hoppy thing.
It just sort of goes all the way down, jumps onto your hand, starts pecking at this. What are you doing with the pot? So the budgie's like in your hand, and you've got like the pot in the other hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna offer the pot to the budgie.
Open or closed?
Open.
So as you do that, it just fucking just goes straight into this fucking liquid, and you watch as it like covers its feathers and its legs.
Oh no! Wait,
Like
how big is the pot?
So the pot's like this big.
Oh no! Then I wouldn't. I thought because you were doing it this pot.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you were doing that, dude. That
It's
was
like
cool.
think. Sorry. Think like a
salsa pot.
Yeah, like a very a small
I'm
chutney
not.
jar type pot.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that then.
Yeah, about that size that Jackie's holding up.
I would say I probably would have like poured a bit in my hand and put the lid back on.
Yeah.
And tuck
put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
So
I've got a little like pool.
As it's eating from your hand and you like tuck the pot away, it like its head looks up like this and it watches. You can see one eye just watches where that pot goes and watches it go into like your vest. And then when it finishes eating, it just hops up and sits on your shoulder. It like nuzzles your earlobe a little bit. And then it like jumps up and it does that thing, you know, when birds like they do like the ruffle of the feathers and it ruffles down in your bun.
Yeah.
So you can just see like a pair of eyes and a beak sticking out.
Oh my god!
Fucking brilliant.
Okay.
All of your
As it's eating, I just with one finger just stroke down its feathers, and I'm just fluttering away.
I can't do bird noises. It's just a bit. I don't think. You get like a
mate. Mate, you don't need to do bird noises. Every single one of your bird movements is on point.
As you're stroking it, it does that thing where it like puts its wings out and just goes.
That's exactly what they do.
I'm fluttering away to it, and I'm like,
Where's Damien gone? Who's this massive bird that's teaching us D&D?
As I'm stroking it, I'm like muttering away to it, like, "Oh, you're good, very gritty little bitchy, and you shall be dog."
You cut out a lot. Just bring it up a bit.
Yeah,
you did.
Bring your mic up.
Dorcas.
Talking to the side of your mic, not the top.
Dorcas is the name of the budgie, Damien.
Dorcas.
Oh no, Dorcas.
As you say Dorcas to the budgie, and you're like, your name is Dorcas, there's no response from it.
I'm not expecting a response. That was just entirely because I know how much you hate the name Dorcas.
I do. As you're sort of feeding it, and everyone stood around watching you get ridiculously excited about this budgie, you hear a little voice in the back of your head. And you hear, it's almost like a groan, you hear, "Oh, fucking hell. What, not enough?"
Out loud, I just say, "What do you mean?"
This is going to look like you're talking to this fucking bird like a nut.
Yeah. She's doing the magic again.
Well, you've already got one.
Cast a spell.
Oh, she's
But you said you don't talk to me all the time.
Well, he's not going to fucking talk to you, is he? He's a bird.
Well, he will if I do that spell again.
Right.
Oh, she
fine.
doesn't.
No. It's not that. It's just that I can't stroke you, and I can stroke this one.
Silence.
Oh dear. I think I've offended the other one. Look, don't go off in a grump. It's different. It's not the same.
You're just having this conversation now.
Yeah, and I keep getting...
Yeah, you're all watching this happen.
At the same time.
At this point, I think we'll just start walking away.
I'm also like holding up my stick.
You get nothing.
My stick as if I'm like talking to the stick as well. So I've like got the stick budgie. I'm like talking to the budgie. Yeah.
Jacqueline's going to grab Rin's arm and start walking him up the steps towards the entrance to the plane. Like,
I can imagine Rin's just like, what was she talking to?
And he's like, I don't fucking know. Come on.
I think that one.
You get
One
silence
all allowed.
from the stick from the bludger you got.
Okay. I look at Indara and I say thank you. I bet.
Yeah.
Although I think I upset them all. My walking stick.
It's only a walking stick. We'll get over it. There's one in your walking stick.
Oh,
He's
fucking
not
won't.
talking to me now.
Okay. Okay.
I thought that was going to be really wholesome, but now I'm just concerned.
I'm slightly confused.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Wraith?
Why are you talking to your stick?
Because it talks to me.
Just pause.
Yay!
Obs.
I understand that sounds very strange, but that is what's happening.
Of course it is.
No, but it is.
Yeah, okay.
Wraith,
I swear to you, Wraith, it
Wraith.
is.
Wraith, I think she's telling the truth. I trust her.
No, you can't get one over on me this time. I'm not taking. I'm not falling for that.
No, Wraith, honestly, it talks to me.
In fairness, my father did just tell us stories of magical swords that spoke. But
Well, that
Don't be
sounds
silly, Indara. It's not a sword.
But I'm trying to provide a precedence for the existence of your walking stick.
Well, I very much appreciate that, except I don't know what it is. But yes, good. Thank you very much.
But anyway, you are most welcome for your bed.
Thank you. I love Dorcas. I don't know why it's crying out, dude.
Because you're talking to the top of it, Jen. Talk into
I'm
it.
not. I'm talking into the side of it, though.
No, you're not.
It was.
Jenny, watch
Yeah,
out.
that's the
Buddy
side.
bird. Watch out for the big buddy bird. He came on your screen then.
He fucking did.
Hey, that's
Swooping down on my microphone.
He be swooping. What? Oh my
Can that please be the
Bloody hell.
JPEG?
The thumbnail.
Yeah,
You're
I
the
need
thumbnail.
That has to be the thumbnail.
It has to be a Jason.
I'll work it into the thumbnail somehow.
make it slightly fisheye lens as well.
Yeah, I'll work it into the thumbnail somehow, I promise.
Please, yeah.
I saw an opportunity. I took it. I'm not sorry.
We should do that subliminal imaging thing where you just flash it up randomly. through the-
That's a new broken camera screen.
Foreshadowing. Subtle foreshadowing.
Yeah,
So as you are all wrapping up your conversation outside the Blades, you see Jacqueline and Rin are already heading up the steps into the guild hall. What are the rest of you doing?
They do stop like halfway up because we do need to talk before we go in.
As we make our way up the steps, I'm gonna just periodically lift up my cane. And, please talk to me. I'm very sorry.
Silence.
What did you find out when you went to that warehouse?
Seagulls are annoying.
Yes, we did find that out.
I mean, we could have told you that.
Precisely.
We think there's some kind of fighting going on in the warehouse.
What, like organised punch-ups?
Well, perhaps, but it was on the authority of a rat who just wanted to eat, really. So,
Right.
there was no way in without disturbing everything, and so I tried to talk to the animals, and they weren't massively helpful.
Okay, so talking to animals and
So
sticks.
maybe sticks.
Yeah,
Look
stick.
at Magda. Talking.
Never mind. Everybody seems it's very strange, and I feel embarrassed now. So anyway, we seem to think there's some sort of fighting thing going on in the warehouse. How did the pet shop go? Other than Dorcas.
Well,
That guy was in some shady business, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was into some very shady business. Apparently, we might need to visit what passes for the black market here.
Oh, is it very sooty?
It's
Ow!
It's like an underground. It's called the Underveil. It's how do you say like bad things? You buy naughty things.
It's
and is that why they put it under veils?
Oh my god! Jen, I have come
I don't know if I could do a whole campaign of this. I'm going to be honest.
You're going to have to give us all to increase your intelligence. That's really depressing. Me and Lou, I've got 1 point higher than Magda.
Yeah, we don't have my dumbass backstory.
it's probably not going to be a very nice place to. There's going to be a lot of bad people, bad things.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And
he has got himself mixed up in.
And
he owes money.
He wants us to be like some hired muscle, basically. Because of something about a stolen steak, he can't sell it. People want money, and it's all looking a bit dodgy.
But it sounds like they may have been shifting some of these animals that you lot saw, the dead ones, through this market or whatever it is. It's a lead of some sort.
When's that happening?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Right, I would be.
That's what we said, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Saturday.
Isn't it? Yes.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
No, today's Thursday.
Day after Friday is Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not saying today's Saturday.
No, because today's Thursday.
But on the day, it's going to be Saturday.
It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
I don't fit in now. I'm tired.
So, are we all going at the weekend?
Well, we've got some time to figure that out. So,
I mean, it makes more sense to
And he said,
anything else to go on, or are we just turning up and seeing what we see?
well, if we help him, then he said he'll link us with his contact.
I'll be 2 seconds.
we're going to meet him. We're going to meet him at his shop. So you probably talk to him a bit before.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the Blades can give us any information that they might know about what we're getting ourselves into.
Mm.
So we're going to let them know the deal. About the warehouse.
About the warehouse. Yeah.
What are we going to do about the warehouse? Are we just going to leave it? Or...
Did we get a deadline?
We might have to burn it down.
I respect the deadline, but as soon as possible.
It sounds like things are going on in there that don't sound very good.
Well, why don't we?
That's why we're here.
Why don't we all go after dark? Just sneak up to it, have a look, see if we can hear anything, find out what's going on in there before we do anything silly. If it's
the whole reason we come here was to ask Lyra what she thought and how far was too far.
I mean, they might know that this is already happening.
But if we let them know that this is what we plan to do and they say we go too far and then we have to do it because it's the only viable lead, then we've just kind of given the evidence that we've done it ourselves and everyone's looking at me and I don't like that.
I wouldn't like to upset Corvin.
I mean,
it goes behind Rachel.
They did. If you remember, they did tell us to go and speak to him, and that we probably need to make some sort of deal.
Oh, well, we've made the deal.
The deal that we've made. We can now check in with them. Be like,
except we don't have to kill anyone.
Should we be doing this?
No, we just had to take his parcel back and then set his warehouse on fire, which seems a little bit strange.
We can make sure that no one dies.
Yeah, if the warehouse is empty, it's just stuff at the end of the day.
As long as we make sure we don't burn down the other warehouse next to it.
You say it's just stuff. We don't know what stuff. I mean, what is it that he wants back so badly in the first place that was supposed to.
Well, we're not allowed to know that, apparently.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what
What
stuff
else
it is.
is-
It's still not going to be as valuable as our life, though, is it?
What else is in the warehouse?
We'll find out when we're in there setting the fires.
Well, we don't know. But maybe would they maybe know about these sorts of things? That's what we were saying, wasn't it? That maybe we could go and ask if someone knows about some sort of fighting ring
With the
thing.
blades?
Yes.
Yeah.
But your best bet is probably going around taverns and asking people. You get more information from drunk people than you do from any officials.
He's right.
Oh, do you?
I'm always keen for a pub crawl.
Well, look, why don't we go and see officially what's known, and then we
Catch
can
up.
go and have a little look elsewhere.
That sounds good. Go
Give
see
them a
Lyra in the
catch up
pub.
on what we
Perfect.
know. No,
And also see if they're actually happy for us to.
I don't think we should mention it. 'Cause if we
I
have to,
don't
then
think they
know
would
where
have
to
sent
look.
us to. But would they have sent us to someone like Corvin if they didn't think?
When have you heard of the Blades doing this sort of thing?
Well, there's no use asking me. I've never heard of anything.
We
Well,
checked.
we haven't.
last
That's
time,
why
Blades
we're
do
worried.
it.
They don't do this kind of thing
Blades don't.
publicly, at
Not
least.
that we know of.
That's what I mean. What if they generally don't? And they get people to do it on
Yeah.
the side and not mention it in meetings and writings or anything because they don't want it to come back to them.
But
Look,
we shouldn't be doing
You
it.
can ask questions.
I think you might
Yeah,
still do it. It's just no one knows it's them. They get new ones like us to do it.
Look, the fact that we're having this conversation outside amongst ourselves clearly tells us that we're not comfortable, right?
I'm fine
Well,
with it.
I think a few of us are a bit more comfortable than others, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm all right as long as no one dies.
I think we should because Luna, you're right. We're new. This is the first time all of us doing this kind of thing. We don't know what we're doing.
But what if
I
they
don't
don't think we
want
can
to
handle?
commit arson and then find out we weren't supposed to.
But what if we have? What if they suggest we should have, and then we do it, and they have? I just don't want us to get in trouble after the fact, regardless of what we do. We don't do it, we don't get the information, we get in trouble. We do it, we get arrested for setting a fire. If they
I
know
think
that
maybe
it
we
wasn't
just need to
us-
ask. That's one of the first things that I always did with my children was set the rules. Maybe we just need to ask. What are the rules?
And Lyra,
Yeah.
let's hope you come back.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
I'll
really
follow
want to
it.
be bothered.
At least you want to be
Well,
bothered
well,
before we
if
start
she's
breaking
not, then
the
we
law.
can.
Also, it would probably be good. I mean, the Underveil sounds pretty rough. Might be good to get some more information from the people that police the area.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also true.
I mean, surely they know something.
Yeah, even just the bits to stay out of.
Shall we? Should we go in?
You happy, Luna?
Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a second.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
I like
go
open
first.
the door and let everyone through.
Okay. As we're going through the door, I look at Dar. Really sad if it would be really sad if we upset Corvin. He's terribly good looking, you know.
He's not quite my type, but okay. Sometimes in this line of work, you have to upset people.
I know. I don't really want to set someone's warehouse on fire, though. It doesn't seem quite right.
No, I don't.
Unless they're hurting people in there, and then in which case they deserve to have that on fire.
I think we just have to see where we go.
Well, I'd hope so. Otherwise, you'd walk into all sorts of things. And I walk through the door.
I'm so glad I wasn't drinking my tea then.
As you all head into the guild, Luna, what are you hanging back for?
I'm just hanging back for a second, wait until they've passed, make sure there's no one around, and I'm going to quickly look at the package. Oh my!
So it looks like every other package you've ever picked up. It's literally just a small piece of leather wrapped with string.
Yeah.
As you open it, there is a small folded piece of paper inside.
I read it.
You read it? Cool. Do you want me to send it to you, or do you want me to just out loud it?
Oh, go on out loud it.
All right.
Give me a little something.
As you open up, it's the same. You recognise the handwriting straight away. And same as all the others that you've ever received. There's a name. There is an address. So the name is Ernest Hester.
Right.
The address is the Black Lake District. And underneath that, it says 85 gold pieces.
I like it. Cool.
And that's it.
Right. I'm going to obviously put that back. I'm going to put it in the back of my book.
The book.
But Jay, all you have to do is just kind of look. It's on her person. You can see it. You just haven't looked at it.
It's on her belt.
It's literally on her belt.
But guess what? His eyebrow is off his face. Every time you mention the book.
And then Luna's going to do that, put it away, take a deep breath, and go in.
Both.
And catch up with them.
Okay, so as you're outside looking at this, the rest of you walk in. You see the familiar entrance hall of the Blades, and you see sat behind the desk the small female dwarf that you met last time.
Oh, she's our friend.
Friends. How chaotic is she looking today?
So as you walk in this time, you see that the desk is actually quite tidy. And she sat head down, not really watching the door. She's just scribbling away on a piece of parchment. But like her hair looks quite done. She looks okay.
It's midweek. She's got everything under control.
Yeah. She's the master of slow
probably caught. I bet we caught her on a Monday, didn't we?
Or a Friday.
Yeah, you did actually. It was actually a Monday. To be fair,
yeah, it would be Monday.
Yeah. Well, she's got everything under control except what the fuck she's going to cook for dinner.
Yeah.
That's Wednesday.
She hasn't even gone to the shops.
Fucking Wednesday.
The kids have eaten everything for lunch.
So yeah, what is everyone doing?
I just wander up to the desk and I say, hello. Could you let Lyra know that we could do with a very quick chat, if that's all right?
She sort of looks at you. She looks at the rest, and she's. Have you told her you're coming, or?
No, she just said we could pop back if we needed her.
Right, okay.
We don't have a way of contacting her outside of here, so.
No, that's fine. Hang on a sec. And you watch as she opens a drawer on her desk, and she pulls out a small stone that's inscribed with like a crude drawing of a face. And she holds it for a second. You watch as her eyes turn this like grey stone colour, and she sort of like she's despondent, like she's almost like she's looking through you. This goes on for about 10-20 seconds, and then she sort of like unclasps the stone, her eyes come back, and yep, right, she's ready for you. If you just head up to the office, she'll see you now.
Perfect, thank you.
Did I see her do this?
Yeah.
Behind the desk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As she like comes to and then tells us where to go, I'm like, oh.
What?
That's how they work. Those little stone thingies.
The sending stone.
Yes, I'm
How
so
do you
silly. I thought you had to send the stone.
Jackerine's looking at it, going,
Oh,
if she ever actually had a sending stone and just posted it.
I wouldn't. No, I've never had one. I'm not
That's
very
why I gave it
familiar
to
with
Indara.
magic. That's Indara's thing.
Who has the other half
Only
of our
because it's
sending
just my
stones, by the way?
father.
Indara.
I think it's Indara, yeah.
It's me.
Thank
Brandon, maybe
God.
you should have a go with it next time. See how you get on with it.
Do you think my eyes would do that funny thing, though?
One way to find out.
So are you guys heading up the stairs? Are you going
Yep.
to see?
Mhm.
So you head up as you get to Lyra's office. You see the door. The door is closed. As you get within sort of 5 feet of the door just swings open, and you see inside the office, and you see Lyra sat waiting behind the desk. Well, come in.
I go in.
After you.
Go in.
Once everyone's in, I'll close.
Have I caught up yet? I was saying.
Oh,
Yeah, you're there
Yeah,
now by this
I
point.
was going to say, if you weren't, I'd wait until you were there.
Be
And
worried
then
if I wasn't.
No, you were. It took you a couple of seconds to check.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what you were looking for. So, yeah. So you all go in. You all sit down, and she's like, "I mean, we got good news. Have you?
We've got news.
Well,
Well, any news
Yeah.
is good news, they say."
Well,
we wanted to check in with you about rules.
Rules, dear.
Well, it might not surprise you to learn that Corvin asked us to do something not very legal.
Yes, I thought he might.
Well, we're a bit worried about doing it, you see, and we wanted to check with you if that was okay, because we are very excited to be in the Blades, and we don't want to get kicked out.
I mean,
look,
Corvin.
what he's asked us to do, we don't Blades doing that sort of thing.
He's
I
asked
mean,
us
this
to
would
burn
be
down a
much.
warehouse.
Yes, I was just about to say this would be much easier for me to give you advice if I actually knew what he'd asked you.
To burn down a warehouse.
Burn down a warehouse.
But down our house.
For
We're all saying it.
for what end?
He said that the person that owns the warehouse has upset him and owes him a bit of money, and he's taken his package. Magda internally gets stuck on Corvin's package for a moment, and then we need to not open it and bring it back to him, but we also have to send the message by burning down the warehouse. Not entirely sure how that bit works, but anyway.
Well, it's a show of power, isn't it? Somebody's fucked with him. He wants to show other people that they can't.
Aren't they?
That you're happy with us doing.
I mean, happy isn't. But
Happy is relative.
unfortunately, if you have no other leads and no other way to get the information without doing this for Corvin, then
Oh, well, we can, but he wants a lot of money.
oh, I see. Yes, of course he does.
Oh,
Hey,
And he said
you
the
don't
Blades
have the money.
the Blades have paid him in the past, supposedly.
When all else fails, we have used Corvin, yes. But we would normally just pay him from the treasury, but this is not a common thing that we do.
Okay, so if it was up to you, would you prefer that we pay him, or would you prefer that we commit arson?
money or
And there's-
fire?
Subtly, obviously.
I'm
We're
up
not
for
gonna-
this fire.
we're not going to plaster, the Blade logo on the side of the warehouse as it burns down or anything, but
And this is your last option. You have exhausted all others, yes?
For this section.
Well, we could throw Magda at him.
Well,
I don't
I
understand.
think Magda might throw herself at him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around.
You see this like look across her face of like, oh, he is. And she looks at you, Magda, and she goes, he is quite handsome, yes.
I mean, when
I'm like fuming with all of you now. So
I know,
embarrassing.
Jacqueline looks around and sees that pretty much everyone is thinking about Corvin.
I don't know who
well,
this is.
there was another thing about the Underveil.
Yeah, you watch as like she's had quite a calm demeanor up until this point, and she's just sort of chatting, and then she sort of like she puts her arms up, she leans forward, and she's. This is just something you've heard, or this is something you found?
It's a possible lead.
For who?
It's a Kenku. Can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Malathor.
Malathor.
Supposedly, the animals are being shifted through the.
Yeah, something about wolves and bears that are messed up. They're not normal.
But supposedly, that's how they're shifted.
There are places within this city that even we don't try and execute any authority over. And I will warn you now that the Underveil is one of those places. The Veil's grasp has been here a very long time. Have a lot of power. In fact, off the top of my head, in the last 20 years, I can only think of one person that has maybe tried to challenge the Veil's grasp and succeeded.
Who was that?
Her name is not known. She has many. A younger, well, not anymore, but when she first arrived in the city, a younger tiefling. She, you've all heard of the Zentarium, I presume.
Mm.
They left Neverwinter off their map for a long time, and around 20 years ago, they decided to move in, shall we say, and the two heading. Well, they don't take no for an answer, shall we say. The male we know, the female, she keeps herself closely guarded.
Who is the male?
The male? Oh, he's an old man now, but high up in the Zentarium for a long, long time. A man by the name of Scarin.
Look into it.
Easter eggs, Easter eggs.
Old no legs.
Old floaty boy.
Old floaty boy no legs.
But they make a point of staying out of anything too nefarious, which is why they don't come upon our radar very often. But he's more of a figurehead now, I'd say. The tiefling is the one that runs it. And from the stories I've heard, it's not one to be trifled with. I would suggest maybe if you are seeking access to the Underveil, there are a few ways you could possibly get there. It is hidden, extremely hidden, and can only be accessed with those who obtain, through whatever means you find, something called a veil stone. Once in, this is a market like no other. I've no idea. I've never been. I can only go by the stories we've heard, the accounts we've had. This place is lawless, shall we say. If you are looking for entry, your best bet is to seek out a Veilstone, or you seek out the Zentarum. Maybe they can help.
Where would we find the? I'm really struggling with this word.
Zentarum?
Zentarum, dear.
Zentarum.
Like Sontaran with a Zen.
Zentarum. Zentarum?
That's it. You got it.
That's it done, dear.
Yeah. Say it like a question.
You don't find them. They find you. You just have to give them a reason to find you.
One of those.
I mean,
Would they maybe come if you set a warehouse on fire?
I was about to say the same thing.
Oh.
If they maybe have stakes in said warehouse.
We need to go.
Or if
I'm not sure I wish to
they
set fire to a warehouse belonging to people we need help from.
Yes, but if they have stakes on it, it'll set on fire much easier.
maybe if they found out that you were meeting someone who was dealing in the Underveil, try and stop them from doing something bad.
So she laughs, and well, as fierce as she is, this tiefling has never been able to crack the Veil's grasp, or the Underveil. Though she has tried. Zentarum obviously being the Sword Coast's biggest purveyor of black market items. So maybe, if you make enough noise about the Underveil, she may seek you.
Sounds like maybe Subway might be quite helpful.
You familiar with the Moonstone Mask?
Where Acheron live?
Yes, we do live there. We're supposed to tell people that we work there. Yes, we do.
Sorry. Magda and Indara, that's where they live.
Not the other one you just said.
Not the other way,
There is we've heard recent talk that the tiefling in question, she has contact with someone within the Moonstone Mask. So maybe this is another avenue for you.
Right. Can I just have a think whether or not I've seen many tieflings in the Moonstone Mask, like ever?
You can roll me a history check.
Oh, okay.
Tara will help with that. I'll also consider it, but I obviously don't do the
You can
main
both
floor
roll.
as often. So.
Yeah, because Indara, you're not ever out front. I'd say roll
Yeah,
with
I'm back of
disadvantage.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll with disadvantage, Magda, you roll normal.
It's an 8, so I don't know shit.
Okay, Magda.
I'm 7.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Let me roll a dice.
I don't know shit.
Oh no.
You are fucking lucky.
What?
I rolled four.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Hey,
Nice.
I thought because you live there, rather than giving you advantage, we'd do a dice roll off.
Okay.
It'd be fairer.
They are not stacked in my favour there.
They were not.
They weren't in mine either.
4.
Got 8.
You rack your brain for a minute, and it takes you a while. And like for the rest of you, there's a visibly pained expression on Magda's face while she's thinking. Like she looks like she's either about to pass out or let out a fart. Like that's the only way I can describe it.
Flatulent.
I think she's going to be sick again, Risen.
I just move about 5 feet to the left.
Just with a chair. Just... it takes you a couple of minutes, and by the time you realise that everyone, including Lyra, is just looking at you like, oh god. There are a lot of tieflings that what's the word I'm looking for? Frequent the Moonstone Mask with the establishment it is. There's a lot of tieflings in the city in general. There are 2 that spring to mind. They come about once a month. They are essentially formers, and they are a bar group. It's a big deal within the Moonstone Mask when they come, as the show that they put on is hailed as one of the best in Neverwinter.
Is it now? Is it the best? Oh,
Like it's a busy night. It's a sellout night.
Hi.
But that's sort of like the only 2 that really spring out to mind.
I'm sure.
You remember also. Let me pull up my notes.
Remember a thing. Well done.
So you remember that one of these tiefling that plays has like deep red skin, sort of these green eyes, this long black hair, and the way she plays, it resonates, and it sort of like hits people, and she makes people feel through the music. The other one, on the other hand, lavender skin, short curly hair, and these golden eyes. And when they play together, they played like sort of hauntingly, and the theatrics around. And yeah, this is like you found yourself more than once. You've seen a few of these shows in the last few months, and you found yourself more than once whilst you're working, being enthralled by the show, and like Lysette coming up and sort of being like, right, come on, you are working, and pushing you along.
I look at Indara like when you look at someone like, oh, I've remembered something, and then they're just looking at you like, what? Yeah.
What?
Like, they're, the ones that come in once a month, and they do that fantastic show. Everybody gets very excited.
I've never been allowed to go on the floor to see the show. It's not my place, remember?
Oh, well, that's a shame. That sort of ruins what I was about to say. Really. Anyway, there were 2 things that come in once a month, and they do that show, and they come in, they do one night, and everybody watches it, and it's amazing. And then they go, and no one sees them again. But they always do their show, and then they talk to people, and they leave.
And do you think that maybe these are something to do with the tiefling we are talking about?
Well, yes, perhaps. I was going to ask Indara when the next show was, but she doesn't remember, so we've got no hope, really.
It is not that I don't remember. I am just not permitted inside the match. That is not where my job is.
Do you remember a name, or
do I?
You can roll me history.
Oh! Stop it!
Just let her remember a name.
Oh, fucking hell, I rolled a 19, so that's a 20.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. She remembers.
She's got brains.
This will do.
Got brains.
I remember
So,
things when they're told to me. But I'm not a smart girl.
I'm not a smart girl. So it takes you. It doesn't take as long this time, and there's far less pain across Magda's face as she tries to remember this. But you remember. You don't know their personal names, but you remember they're called Veil and Verse.
Veil and Verse.
Mm-hmm. You remember seeing a poster, hearing them introduced on stage.
Yeah, they were Veil and Verse, which has veil in it, like Underveil.
I don't.
You've cracked it.
You
It
have
might.
solved
It might.
Case closed.
It might. Maybe.
Pay up.
I imagine it's more a coincidence, but maybe you're right, Magda. You watch as she pulls from one of her drawers a stone identical to the one downstairs, and her eyes do the same thing, and she sort of goes despondent for about 20 seconds, and she's like, "I have a show in a week."
How did you do that? Do you come often? Do you?
No, I asked the gods, and they told me.
Did you?
God.
No, I sent a message
Oh.
for somebody to find out.
Indara
That's
just
quite
has her head in her hands at this point. She's just like, no.
Oh, this
She's
is
fine, isn't she?
I'm getting a headache too.
Did you
week.
ask her stick?
A week, yes. Well, a week Saturday.
a week Saturday.
That is much longer than the other internal rooms we have in.
Well,
So,
we're going to see
what did
a contact on Saturday, aren't we? So,
you are? You have been.
Well,
busy.
Well, yeah.
It's more it's more a case of hands for hire, and it'll get us in through the door, if you like.
The other.
She looks visibly concerned when you say like hands for hire, and she's like, I'm going to need you to elaborate slightly. We
Well,
hands for
you
hire.
did say that you're a contact who might know something. Well, they're having a spot of trouble with a dealer of exotic animals. That's how we knew about the. Well,
And
I mean,
he has something to do with the animals through the Underveil.
It's a starting point.
I mean,
He says he knows maybe who the dealer is, who his contact is, and the contact will know something.
He has
Probably
something with the Underveil, is what you're saying.
Potentially, yes.
I lean over and I look at Jacqueline and I go, "Oh dear, was I not supposed to say that?"
I know literally I'm like, so I don't know. That he has to get some exotic, but he's also very scared at the moment because he owes some money.
As he probably should be. This, she really leans forward at this point, and she's like, "Do you have a plan for how you would approach this? Because at this point, you've come closer to getting towards the Underveil than I think we have."
Well, do you want to get in on this?
I think too many people would maybe muddle this and cause more room for error. If you have a way in, I'm happy to advise, but I don't think sending a group of blades to this meeting will actually help in any way.
Well, what do you suggest?
Well,
I don't think I'm
just-
new enough to get away with this. We don't have the
Are you
air about us yet.
What is he asked you for? Are you to broker the deal for him, finish the deal?
He does want money.
He wants
But
money.
we are there to just show that he has friends who look quite scary.
Right. She looks at you and Rin, and she's. I can see why he probably asked as much. And your plan is.
Well,
What is
I
our
think that's why
plan?
we wanted to speak to you first.
We've got 2 days. We can come up with a plan.
They also only went to see him this morning.
No, this is fine. I'm not trying to put you massively on the spot.
I mean,
but...
we did talk a bit about having some sort of a cover story. You know, maybe we're also traders.
I don't think all of us should be down on the ground level when this happens.
I agree.
No, I am
You have to.
in high places.
I'm better off not seen.
I'm good at talking.
And we
No,
look pretty
he's not.
scary.
I don't know what I have to offer.
I mean, you can be pretty scary when you wish to be, Magda.
Oh,
But I think maybe if
You
we had a
mentioned
cover
the
it's
story
ruined my hair.
about also being some traders who've maybe just come to town.
I've just had an idea.
Go on.
That's dangerous.
But we've got 2 very scary-looking people with us, and Magda's all prim and proper. Why don't we go in with the other person while the rest of us are hidden and try and suggest, like, oh, this is person wants to make a deal for some things, and
All right. Magda is very prim and proper. If we can get her some very good quality clothes that can sell the idea that she's wealthier and
Okay, so
higher
given
not that they don't look lovely now, Magda.
I like to think that
Oh, no,
Dorcas,
because I
like
have-
during this whole time as well, has just been like chirping behind my
Oh, yeah.
and I look really
So
upset
untrained,
about
just chirping in the
clothes.
background.
also complete juxtaposition to the seriousness of the conversation.
yeah.
But do you think this
You
could
brought your own
work as an
bird
idea?
song.
I think it could.
I imagine that Rin, given the conversation last time about how offended he was that the Haffle like didn't have names and all that kind of I feel like look, just play along. It's fine.
I think this is a good idea.
I mean, Magda knows how to behave, to be prim and proper. She's not
But you're
better at it
also,
than I am, and I was born into it.
you are also asking to pose as a potential buyer. Is this something you think you could do, Magda?
Well, I'd probably need someone to give me a script, but I'm more curious about what's wrong with my clothes.
You know as well as I do that there are appearances to be maintained to certain positions. You also know how many times my mother screamed at me for my current attire.
Yes, but that's not how you put it, is it?
Pardon?
You
said we could
Ain't
get
into
Magda
the-
some better clothes.
Some better.
you're just not into the latest fashions.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with the latest fashions. Actually, it should be more fashionable if the fabrics were a little more ornate.
You
But
see
my clothes
Lyra
are very
sort of,
practical.
Well, yes, but
Very
when you are very
practical.
wealthy, you don't need practical clothes. You need to look ridiculous.
I think this is the least important part of what we're talking about here. Is it
Yeah,
not?
finally.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at her like, maybe to you.
Well,
How
Well,
you say he owes money to this person within the veil? Yes.
Much money, yes.
How much?
How much was my little snake going to cost? 200 gold. 200 gold.
200. She leans down and she opens a drawer. She pulls out a little leather pouch, and you hear like a clink. She throws it on the desk, like towards your side of the desk, and you hear it clatter. And this will cover, and it will also cover some disguises if needed. She says very pointedly towards Magda.
Oh, Magda.
Well,
I feel is a worthwhile investment. I feel.
What about Corvin then?
Corvin. The problem with people like Corvin is you start throwing them money, all they want is more.
But you've already previously chucked it.
We have when we've been very desperate. But what information has Corvin actually offered you?
Well, supposedly he knows who's been attacking under this, and I showed there's the other brooch.
The brooch you took off.
He said
guys.
The one that he said he knew who this was, but he wouldn't tell us until we did. He told us.
She laughs as you pull the brooch out, like a little smirk comes across her face, and she's like, "Well, I think you might have already found the answer without the need of Corvin. That there is the symbol of the Veil's grasp. You've garnered some very interesting attention.
They tried to stop us from investigating, so...
Well, they just caught us in an alleyway, if you think about it.
I mean, we literally walked in with...
I'm sorry, in an alleyway.
You were jumped in an alleyway.
It just attacked us.
She stops talking. She pulls out the sending stone again. Her eyes go milky for about 20 seconds. She puts the sending stone back down. And she doesn't say anything. She just... I'm glad to see you're all okay.
What?
What, sorry?
You did your thing again.
Well, I heard about a bunch of corpses in an alleyway and thought nothing of it. But since it's you, I was just doing a bit of cleanup. This does not give you a free pass to run around the city killing whoever you like, though.
Oh, no, it's... If they had not attacked us first, we would not have bothered.
As long as there's no other way. We are not the law, we are not the guards, but we have a reputation that we uphold. We can't have renegades running around the city murdering who they like.
Well, we didn't like to.
Not that I'm saying you did, and that's what happened, but just a future warning.
Understood.
I said that it was very messy to leave it all that.
It will disappear. That is... She looks back at the brooch and she's like, this is the Veil's grasp. And if they are looking for you, you should probably be a bit worried.
Well, I mean, they
us.
just attacked us. That's it.
But if they are attacking us, we have pissed off the wrong people.
How?
Wait, well, I mean...
Sorry, Damien, can I just clarify? Are the Veil's grasp to do with the Underveil, or is this a whole separate thing?
You haven't asked.
Okay. The Veil's grasp has got Veil in it as well. Does that mean that they're to do with the Underveil?
She looks at you. Yes.
Because
right.
Got grasp and
yes, the Veil's grasp is a well-known, for lack of a thieves guild, clandestine guild, whatever you want to call them. But they own run and operate out of the Underveil.
So does that mean that they already know what we look like then?
I would imagine if they sent someone to try and kill you already, then yes.
Why are they trying to kill us? What did we do?
Before this, she leans back in her chair and she sort of, you can see like the cogs are turning. Like you can see like her purple eyes are like fucking, it's almost like twisting around in her head trying to think. Well, I mean, it seems. Did you seek Brother Anthus?
Mm-hmm.
Did.
Yeah.
And he gave you
A lot of information, but nothing to work with.
You spoke to him about all three, or just?
It was one hit.
Well, it was mostly Thalazar that he knew about.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't know about the others, but we did mention them.
And did he help with Thalazar? Sorry, I'm just trying to get a whole picture.
He gave us a lot of information about what might have happened to him, but not really anything that we can.
Well, the
We
machine.
can work with at the minute.
About the forge, yeah. He told us about the forge.
Yeah, which might explain why he's now kind of warforged arm, not quite human.
He told you about the Warforged.
Yeah.
Specifically about the forge Infernum.
Oh.
Yeah, and just
Well, I mean, he
Salazar was quite interested in using it rather than destroying it.
And also that Thalazar was a friend of his.
They were. There's nothing.
And
I would. If this is the information that he has given you, this is the information he's given you.
Just the only information that he gave us.
The only information on this you will get, as I am not permitted to speak about this.
Okay.
But the other
Just out of curiosity, who would be?
She shifts, like, you've met Lyra a few times now, and she's normally this like air of like she's very straight backed and she sits like with a purpose, and you watch as she shifts uncomfortably in her seat when you say this, and the person to speak to would be Alariac.
Right.
But there is very little chance of yourselves or even me getting you an audience with him.
With who, sorry?
Well, unfortunately, it seems where that lead.
Alariac.
Oh.
That's where that lead dies. Then.
Yeah.
Well, it appears you
since-
have many other leads or leading. And from what you said, the same direction, no?
All leading to Underveil.
Well,
Or perhaps in a certain direction.
forge, not necessarily.
Yes. What'd you say, James?
Rin would probably pipe up as well. Jacqueline said about the fact that it doesn't really tell us much about the forge and that situation. Like, it doesn't feel like it's going in that direction. But Rin is probably also going to pipe up and be like, "Oh wait, I just remembered that the Veil's Grasp, two of the people that we fought when we were fighting old matey boy, yeah, they were there. So that's also probably another reason why they're after us."
When you were fighting Ralagar?
Yeah. These two henchmen, remember we said they scarped?
Yes.
Well, they ambushed us. The two of them were there. with this on.
So I think you know where you might find Radikar then.
Yeah.
To Underveil.
Yep.
This is becoming dangerous. Is this something you still wish to investigate?
I think it was dangerous before.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I am checking. This is you are fresh and you are new. I mean, there are probably some rats you could kill in a basement somewhere if you were just out to make some gold. But
What do you say,
it's
everyone?
something you want to follow.
Just out of curiosity, why are you happy with us doing this?
Realistically, we are not the best people.
I mean, you just said that we're new. Why are you not sending someone more experienced?
She stops, and you can see like her eyes flit for a minute, and she's clearly pondering, and she sort of leans forward, and she's, look, if you can do this, you become well known. You become blades within your own right. Yes. And if you don't,
We die.
and you kill more people, or you fuck it up, you die, or you're new.
But you said that this was the closest you've ever got to Underveil.
It is. And I am curious as to why. But this is something for me. Not you. You have
If
enough
you're happy.
needs.
If you're happy for us to carry on, then we will.
Absolutely happy.
Wonderful.
This is something, do you feel you are capable?
Can I do an insight check on her?
For what?
It just feels like there's something that doesn't quite add up. Like if this is that important, why are they not taking control of this situation?
So what are you looking for though? What are you trying to catch her
I'm
out?
trying to catch her out to see if she is being wholly truthful that just by letting us crack on with it, then the blades are really going to gain something. Whether she's essentially just letting us go and fuck around for a bit and just see what happens. Just see how this plays out.
Okay.
So basically, does it seem really calculated that she's letting us go and do this?
Yeah.
Or is there maybe something else going on?
So you can roll an insight check when we come back from a break.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da.
James is talking to his bookcase. Look,
Full of knowledge it is.
Full on conversation, yes.
I've told you, you don't get opinions. You just stand there and hold books. That's all you do.
I told
Fucking
you,
shut up.
If I put stuff on your shelves, you have to keep it in order. None of this fiddling around bullshit.
Oh,
Look at you.
moving
You
a
got
book
bits
again.
falling over.
Fucking no, stand up.
Don't make me get the bookends. It's a gentle comedy.
It's shit.
It's a
shit
gentle comedy. But you can find this and more if you subscribe.
You'll see back on the recording that we just narrated your whole conversation with the bookcase. It was fun. It was good fun.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. It was a really dull conversation about.
It wasn't on our end.
No, I think it probably was
You know what?
on our end. We just found it funny.
You know what? I won't ruin the magic.
No.
Comedy.
Ellie, have any of your predictions come true yet?
Do you want me to do them now or wait until the end? I think.
No, leave it to the end. Leave it to the end.
And,
Oh,
right.
Jen, fucking hell. I'm
Jeez.
never going to a magic show with you. That's what I've learned from tonight.
Stop it,
I am
Steve!
never going to go.
No,
I'm never going to. The words.
I'll tell you how they do that.
Just out of curiosity,
The words. The words.
Does your wall happen to have a pocket? How is it actually there?
Soundproofing.
This is soundproof.
Your wall has a flap.
It has a flap because the glue didn't stick.
And the old wall flap.
It's a new kind of smut genre. Wall flaps.
Wall flap.
Wall flaps, baby. A wall flaps, baby.
And it's followed by a weirdly specific and real life like named genre called window curtains.
This episode is sponsored by Wall Flap Checkers. Have you checked your wall flaps recently?
Make sure you get your wall flaps checked biannually.
God.
Call today.
Call today.
We'll check.
That's it. That's the first one. This is what we do. We just do bullshit with joke sponsors till we get real ones. There you go.
There
Sorry.
you go. Get a real one. We were like, no, seriously, this is a sponsor.
Got flaps.
This is we'll make a big sign just going real sponsor.
This is the truth.
Yeah. Someone has to do a serious voiceover, and then the rest of us a little says this is a real sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I did not know where that was going to go. One of us is a voiceover and the rest of us.
Dance.
Yeah.
There's something about flaps there.
Jenny, can you please get your mind out of your
flaps?
Get your mind out of your wall flap.
Get your mind out of your wall flap.
Bitch.
Fucking got him. Fucking got him.
Look, listen, you carry on, the bookcase. The bookcase is coming for you, all right?
I might have to cut this out. It's too violent, Jen. You're too
Quit
mean.
flashing.
I had a practicing that one last night.
Maybe your wall flag got him. Yeah, I'll do it.
Leave the flag. They know what's best.
Oh god.
Right.
No.
So, just to reiterate, James, what do you think she's lying about?
Oh, Jesus, that felt like a million years ago.
A few seconds.
5 minutes
I am
ago.
trying to figure out whether there is something else going on as to why she is perfectly happy for a group of novices to just fuck around in a place that they've been trying to get into for years. So my thing that I'm trying to find out is she just trying to let us kind of throw everything at the wall and see what sticks? Or is there something else that she's not telling us?
Okay, roll insight.
Okay. Does she genuinely believe that we can do it? Or is she kind of going... That makes sense?
Yeah, roll insight. Oh,
It's an 18, baby.
Oh, that just got him right in the wall flap.
Oh,
Wall flaps, baby.
Right, this episode
Case is going to love that.
We're not calling it wall flaps.
We are. I write the fucking description and the episode titles. Wall flaps abound.
Commenting wall flaps.
Ellie's just on YouTube now, removing my administration.
Yeah. Please, everyone, remember to comment wall flaps. And
Right.
this-
What did you get? Sorry.
I got an 18, baby.
With an 18, like, she is hard to read. Like, you don't get to the position that Lyra is in by giving away everything with, like, a twitch or a tell or something like that. I'd say with an 18, you're still not entirely sure what her game is here. But if you were to summarize being an intelligent half-orc, the lack of accountability of the blades, if she lets you do this, is probably her driving force.
As in, because we do it, she can
if
just
you
say,
fuck up,
two of us.
Yeah.
Then it's nothing to do with it.
You are fresh and you are new. You don't have a name for yourselves. Like, you guys who've been in the city longer, there are certain blades that you've heard of. They've risen up through the blades. You hear their names and stories in bard songs. They are intrinsically tied to the blades and their legacy and what they stand for. You guys are a fresh face. You're new. No one knows who you are.
Okay. So we are it's just canon, essentially. Wait,
it's that.
Then there's no tie to us.
But on the other flip side, if you do manage to get in, then it's all gravy and it all looks good for the blades. It also looks great for you guys.
Sure. Fine. So she is genuine.
You can tell, I'd say with an 18, you can tell that there is a mostly calculation around that part, but there is a very small part of her that is just sort of hedging her bets with you guys.
Okay. Sure.
A good gambling woman.
So this seems like a good plan to find your way in if it does work. As for the warehouse, I cannot sanction anything here. This is something that I can't directly send a company of the blades down there to help you with this, as I would rather it remains out of our radar. And she looks at you, Jacqueline, and she looks at Rin also. I feel like your moral compass will steer you right here.
Just quickly, was it other information did you have? I wanted to know. You didn't know anything about the symbol.
Who?
Corvin.
Oh, okay.
Corvin. It was just the badge, right? He said that he knew who they were. He wouldn't tell us until. He didn't know anything about the hand and the eye.
He didn't know anything about the hand and the eye. He knew about the badge.
Yeah.
And he also knew about the names.
Can we remember?
Most importantly, he didn't know about Thalazar.
No.
But I think it was Indara's insight roll that he noticeably perked up around the mention of Ralagar and Malathor.
And how much gold was he wanting in lieu of burning the warehouse down?
For the information, it was like 400 gold, 400 gold.
I thought it was 1,000. I don't know why I thought it was so much.
It was enough.
It was enough for a noticeable, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Go on.
No, I was going to say, I feel like the conversation with Lyra has kind of come to an end, so I was going to politely try and scoot out, but not as she's talking.
Yeah, I was trying to
I'm
figure out whether
going
we
to scoot
even
out
needed.
while she's talking.
Lyra stands and look, I will say there are quarters here within the guild hall that maybe you would be safer if you are being hunted by the grasp. I know you all have your own domiciles, and places of work. Safety in numbers and all that.
That could be a good idea, guys.
Yeah.
I would like to think that the grasp would not target the mask, but I would not wish to bring them down on it either.
That's what I'm
I
worried
wouldn't
about.
want
The
any of
last
the
thing-
children to get hurt.
No, I don't want them going anywhere near the board.
We need to talk to her.
Even
then.
if it is fucking Bill and John.
Move here then.
Maybe just for a little while.
Might not be able to
Just
do
until
that
we figure
tonight
stuff out.
myself.
Okay. No, we need to talk to everyone. We don't just want to disappear. Maybe
No.
we go back tonight, talk to our respective people, and then maybe meet back here tomorrow and get settled.
I'm sure they won't mind see the back of me.
What sort
Love
of time
you to
is
be
it?
silly.
What's this, sorry, James?
What sort of time is it?
Now you're coming on to like late afternoon, evening, like the sun is starting to set. You can see through the window in Lyra's office.
Wow.
In front of Lyra, we're still there.
Mm-hmm.
People they were getting up and leaving. When should we see the warehouse? To the group, not to Lyra.
We could always head there now as the sun's setting. Have a look. Head back to ours for a drink.
See if we can see anything. Because it sounds like it's dodgy, so we're not going to see anything during the day, are we?
Is everyone rested?
Well enough.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think so.
I spin around to Lyra. Well, if there happens to be any news this evening, there's your heads up.
She sort of nods at you, and then she goes back into the drawers on her desk, and she pulls out a sort of like a largest brass-coloured key, and she places it on the desk and pushes it towards your wall, and she says, There are quarters here for when you need. Take this, they're on the 3rd floor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whatever you decide, just remember about these. And she taps her own little insignia on her chest that like is a more intricate and elaborate version of the one she gave you. And report back soon.
Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow.
I mean, you don't have a sending stone you could use.
Not a spare, no.
Is anyone in the blade? Long way to travel.
It's not that far. It's all in one city.
Big city, innit?
But we can get cut.
Might need you in an hurry.
I think you might be slightly confused about it. I'm not going to run to your aid.
But what if we need someone else to run to our aid?
Well, I mean, if you don't
As
want...
the newbies, what if we end up over our heads? What do we do?
We die.
Well,
I was
That's a
hoping that
bit-
wouldn't be the answer.
it's a bit macabre, but you figure it out.
All right. I
Okie
mean, if
dokie.
you don't want instant information about the stuff,
I'll be watching. As always.
he looks at her and he goes, "Sure." And turns around and starts to walk out.
So you all leaving?
Luna's gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and thank you very much. Very politely.
I'm going to
She's
grab
already
the key.
Okay. Oh, God,
She's
sorry.
dying. Quick, help her.
My coffee went down the wrong
Too many
way.
wall flaps.
Wait, run back in, help her.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
You good?
sorry. She's sorry. There must be dust in here somewhere.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's me.
I think so.
We just see Magnus' skin glow like her.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Dust does tend to settle in your check.
So yeah, you will leave and head back outside. Where are you going?
I guess. Where were we going?
Well,
The
how
boards.
dark is it? Is
It's
it
not
like
dark
dusk
yet,
heading
is it?
dark, or is it still relatively
It's lightish. It's like an orange glow across the city. It's getting to the point where in a couple of hours you'll hit darkness, but you're not quite there yet.
Well, we could.
And how long
Golden
would it
hour
take to walk
guides.
to the warehouse?
How far's the warehouse?
How long would it take to walk to the warehouse? To walk? About an hour.
We could just get a carriage to our pub, have a drink, walk back, and then do what we need to do.
I like the idea of pub.
Sounds good to me.
If we're going to have to leave that place, I kind of want to have one more night there.
And we need to get all our stuff, and we need to talk to what's her name? She's gonna fuck. Oh my god,
She's
we're
gonna
supposed
kill
to
you
be doing
until
the
you
late
learn her
shift on
name.
Saturday.
You can still do the late
She's
shift.
gonna hate us.
No, we're still doing the job. We just won't live there.
Yeah, but what if we can't do the job?
Right. I'm
We'll
going
do it
to.
best we
I still
can.
have to pay it back for 10 years.
It's a lot in it.
We'll do what we can. She gets it. She's okay.
We should also speak with the set. It would be wrong for us to simply vanish on her.
Yes, I agree.
Well, in that case, did you guys want to come back to ours for a pint, or did you want to go and sort out your own business?
Depends if you want to go
Well,
look at the warehouse after dark.
I think we
If we're all going to have one more night and then maybe move to the headquarters tomorrow, perhaps we could do the warehouse tonight and then
I didn't think we
everybody-
were burning it down anymore.
We can have a look.
I mean, we might even get an idea of what's actually going on.
I mean, I can sneak in a bit better than the rest of you, I think.
Yeah, I feel like if we are doing anything Bernie, we should probably do that after we've got somewhere safe to stay.
Also, from what you said, it sounds like it's proactive during.
Be interesting.
A lot harder to set it on fire sneakily though during the day.
No.
I mean, how many people did you see when you were there early? How many people did you see when you were there early?
20
none.
seagulls. One rat.
Well, so long as they don't go grassing on you.
True.
I'm going to held down a carriage or a cab thing.
Yeah, so you like at this point, I'd say like a couple of stagecoaches have come by, stopped. You can quite easily just jump on one. You pay your fare. It's a copper piece each. And are you heading to the board?
Yep.
We
Yep.
are.
So yeah, it takes about 20 minutes. You get on like the late afternoon one that goes around the houses a bit. It takes about 20 minutes, half an hour, and yeah, you get off close to the board, and you begin the short walk to the board laid bare. As you arrive at the board, it is busy. It's in full swing, gearing up for the evening. As you enter, you see all the usual regulars. You see that there are game tables well in play, card games, dice games, the lot. What are you lot doing?
Oh, who took the purse that
I was about to say.
Lyra gave us? I think Indara would have grabbed that.
I grab the key, not the purse.
Purse and key.
So within the purse is 250 gold pieces.
Cool.
200 for Rendra.
Yeah.
50 for anything you might need.
Need to go shopping.
Booze does not count as a need. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, I mean, it might.
Not an expense.
You haven't been given the business card yet. You haven't got the Amex.
Yeah.
Still
got to get receipts mined.
Who's working tonight at the board?
Who's working?
Who's working tonight?
Let me just see.
Frank.
I'm not
Fucking
Frank.
Frank.
New shit.
It's Frankie.
He's so
fuck
aggressive.
Frankie.
Where is the fucking board?
He's
I've lost
worse at
it.
pulling pints than me.
That's not possible.
Fucking Frankie. No, it is.
So yeah, behind the bar tonight is Meloria.
Right.
And Frank as her bar back and busboy.
Fucking Frank.
Bloody Frankie.
Fucking Frank.
Oh,
We're
Frank.
gonna go in, find a table
Name and shame.
that we can get, and get everyone to sit there if we can.
So yeah, you go in and you find like an empty table in a corner, and you all plonk down.
I'm gonna assume what everyone's drinking, go up and start pouring up myself.
Yeah, as you go behind the bar,
Shit.
Melora's there, and she clocks you, and she's oh, you're not working, are you?
Oh,
Not tonight.
no, I was just saving you the trouble for these lot. They're from the Blades thing.
Oh, is this your new?
Yeah.
I see.
You gotta see something about that cough.
Something.
Oh, it's all right. All the cigars.
Ah, fair. If you,
All right. Yeah, you.
do you need a hand quickly?
No, me and Frank, we got it. We're good.
Well, I'll help you out.
As she says that, she turns and like shouts at someone across, and you just see this like small halfling boy just running, and he's got like a tray in each hand, and she's like, "Frank, kitchen now, food." And he goes, "Oh, and goes running off with these like.
What's he do?
He goes, "Oh, okay," and starts running, and he like runs. Yeah, and he just fucking pegs it. You see, like, as he gets to the end of the bar, he throws these like dirty tankards down. He runs past you two into the kitchen and goes back out with 2 trays full of fucking bowls. And he's like, "Okay, yeah." He goes running back out into the crowd.
Does that give you the ick, Jackie?
Oh, he gave me it. Yeah.
A rat!
Well, just give us a shout if you need a hand, okay?
We'll be alright. He's got to learn.
Well, yeah, but so's Wraith, and he still hasn't.
I'm great at my job.
She leans in and she's like, yeah. Well, let's just say the pair of you make up for him, and he's got some good stories, isn't he? I suppose.
Yeah. Love him.
He'll get there one day. Just I don't need. And she looks at you. She goes, "I don't need a hand that badly tonight."
Okay.
All right.
Right. I'll just get him drunk and put him to bed.
I'll start a tab. You help yourself. I'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I run the tray of I'm just going to get like a load of beers for all of us.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Luna arrives back at the table with a load of beers. What are you doing?
I need to go upstairs and write a letter. BRB.
Okay.
And he's going to take his pipe with him.
Okay. So you go upstairs and you write a letter. Would you like to say what you're writing, or are you just going to send it to me?
I can do, yeah.
Backstory.
So you go upstairs back to your room, and
Where
you
is
sit
it?
down and begin to pen a letter. Oh my gosh, she's written an actual letter.
6 pages long.
Jackie,
Fucking teacher's pet.
Ah.
Full of fucking
Yeah.
mistakes.
Oh, it is.
All the wrong names.
Although,
Has he got wall flaps though? Otherwise, Dad would know.
no, wall flaps.
It actually starts.
No,
Wall flaps, or it didn't happen.
It's a
You're
left
Oh, God,
Diary,
James.
today there was wall flaps.
To my dearest brother, Anthony. I hope you, mother, and the siblings are in good health. I've become a member of something called the Neverwinter Blades of recent times, and I've made some new friends.
Dramatic pause.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. Huge
It's actually half a page
no
blank.
ellipses. Shit terrible.
our business is rather serious, and I may be in some danger, perhaps. I may not be able to write, but know that I am sending my love, and I hope that the town is running smoothly and that everyone is safe. I look forward to hearing from you. With love from Benedict.
Oh, what a drop!
Oh, flaps!
Oh, fucking mic drop.
And he's going to post that at some point.
And at the end, you put exactly what class you are as well. So
Al, I'm over the
I'm gonna
book
be out
mystery.
in, like-
This is now taking my attention.
This is fucking. This is juicier. This.
I might try and peek it in a second. Hang on.
So whilst Benedict is upstairs writing a letter, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to check my glass to make sure it's clean.
I'm gonna eye you like it's clean.
And if it's satisfactory, I'm gonna. Do you actually say that to me?
Yeah.
I look at you very briefly, and then I continue inspecting my glass. I give it a little tiny wipe, and then I take a sip.
So a little bit of grime comes off, but nothing substantial. It's actually fairly clean.
I'm gonna scooch on up right next to Magda, like uncomfortably close.
No good.
So you just feel this like bump in your thigh and your hip as Luna just goes dush in like very lightly into you.
And
I like glance at Luna out the corner of
I'm
my
staring
eyes,
at
like
you.
not wanting to turn my head and be like,
I'm just like, hey, so you know, I was asking earlier about that magic you did.
yes.
and I'm gonna get my book out and plonk it on
Yes.
the table and just start randomly going towards a page. This book, I'm gonna describe it just because I'm nice like that. And finally it can be put to rest. This is a poorly crafted book. On the front is a childish writing and drawings that say you can't read it because there's blood splatter all over it now. But there's a word that starts with an E, ends in an R, but the rest is blood splatter. And the rest of it you can just make out saying Book of Magic.
Is it magic like spelled with a K?
Yeah, everything is like it's like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old wrote it very like quickly. And it's got like leaves stuck on the side. It's very, very like a child crafted this.
K's backwards.
K's backwards. And E's a 3, stuff like that. I open it up. There's letters on. There's like a paragraph. Not paragraph. There's like a sentence on the first page, but she tries to quickly cover that up and gets to an empty page and just stares at Magda like, "Quick, just tell me about it, quick."
Do I see the sentence before she covers it up?
You can, I would say, roll an investigation versus a sleight of hand.
Is it investigation or is it perception?
No.
No, because you're actively trying to read this. Like, you're actively going, what the fuck did that say? Perception is like if you just happen to notice.
This calls for the budgie dice. Please don't fuck up. Come on, Dorcas dice.
Come on, budgie dice.
What colour's my budgie? My budgie.
Budgie.
Your budgie?
Is it green?
What colour?
Is it green budgie?
No, it's blue.
Blue
You have
budgie.
to sort that out later.
I had a blue budgie called George.
It's blue and white.
That's
Like my dice budgies.
Your dice budgies.
Party.
Can I just point out here for like massive boyfriend points, right? I searched high and low to find Jen. Dice.
Sorry.
Dice.
care.
Dice with a budgie in them for Jen's birthday.
That's adorable.
That's so cute. That is so
I take
cute.
back everything I said behind your back.
It's just like
he ain't worth shit.
Dorcas dice that let me down. It was like, bam, not 20, bitch.
I got a 9.
So that's a nat 20, but it's actually, what is it, investigation?
Jen, I got a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's actually a 19. I just wanted to...
But I still got a 9.
Okay, so what does the sentence on the first page of that
It
book say?
says, in slightly better writing, but still quite young, "You got this, sis. I believe in you, Aurora," with a kiss at the end.
Oh no. Tragic backstory emerging.
You don't fucking know.
Who
Yeah.
are you?
You don't know me.
You don't know my life.
You don't know what I've been through.
Me? Not a real mum.
You're not my real dad.
But yeah, she is just staring at you,
I tell you what to
waiting
do.
for you to give her like how to do whatever the other spell you said about.
How do be sense? Okay.
How do be sent? So, do you... I've got a question here, like an actual DM question. Do you actually want to learn this spell from Magda? Or is this just you want to write it down in your book that like this is a spell and this is what it does and this is called
Yeah, and this is that and the other. And if Magda could teach me over time, great. But that's up to Jen and her character. But if I can write it all down,
I think Magda would want to teach you, like as a person. She would want to share anything.
The starting point. This is like writing the basics down of like this is what it does.
Yeah.
This is what and that's it tonight because drinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Among adults as well. Like Magda's never had any adult ever see her as a source of knowledge, so this is like a bit of a big deal for her.
Okay, so there's no official rules for this, but because it's fucking cool, I will think of something. But this will be the start.
Okay.
Has Dara noticed what's going on over there? Would she sort of recognise ever so slightly what's happening?
What are you trying to notice?
Just whether Indara is teaching Luna a spell, and if in fact what Luna's book is a spell book. Just based on her experience with her dad and her brother.
You can roll an investigation.
Investigation is +2, so that's okay. That's dirty 20.
Yeah, I'd say you get like the general grasp of what's going on. That like Luna is interested in Magda for something.
Yeah.
But not without getting directly involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
Not exactly what. But obviously something happened at the warehouse when you weren't around.
Yeah. So she's just watching.
This is unrelated, but just while I remember, I'm also going to feed my budgie again while.
The budgie happily feeds.
Just because I know.
After it's like finished, eating the nectar on your hand, it sort of hops down onto the table, and you notice it like going through the cracks in the wood for the next sort of like 20 minutes, just like pecking out nutshells and stuff like that, and eating those. And then when it's finally like had its fill, it'll come back and settle back on you, Magda. Just goes along the table like this, just hopping.
I really love budgie.
Of Damien's bird antics throughout.
This is it. This is our first short. Just burn impressions.
Yes, but
Done. There we go.
Done. Sold.
Right. I'll get on with that.
I write down in the book everything that I do. I write very carefully. I have very neat handwriting. My spelling is like fine. You can tell what I'm trying to write. It's just it's not perfect. There's like the odd spelling mistake and like grammar's not amazing, but I write it very neatly for you. And I'm very pleased with myself.
It is a bit jarring for you, Luna, because the penmanship of Magda's writing is fantastic. Like, it looks like letters. It looks like letters you've seen Benedict receive and write. But there are a lot of grammatical errors and spelling errors.
I would say it's not like dreadful. It's just like anything that I would never have really written before. It wouldn't be very good. So yeah. So like all your basic words and like everyday words would be absolutely fine. It's just anything that is a bit wonky, like not less said, be a bit weird. Like creature would probably be spelt wrong, or senses would probably be spelt wrong.
But Luna's very happy. Keeps looking over at Risen like she is weirdly happy about this.
I write everything down and I pass the book back to Luna and I look over at Dorcas and I kind of look conspirationally back at Luna and I'm like, should I show you?
Are you?
With Dorcas? It takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Only if is Dorcas a boy or a girl? Barry. Only if you'll let me.
Barry's a boy.
Yeah,
Barry, Baz is a boy.
If you can.
Baz is a boy.
But yeah, if you can, that'd be amazing.
Okay, I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes casting Descents with Bazza.
Okay.
Dorcas.
In those 10 minutes, is there anything anyone else wants to do? Or we all good drinking and chilling?
Yeah,
no, Dara's just going to drink and chill.
That's cool. So yeah,
she's going to pull out like a little book that she keeps in her pocket. And she's just going to write a couple of lines, and it is a diary.
Okay.
So she's just going to write like a couple of lines and then tuck it away.
So yeah, it takes 10 minutes.
Today I caught a bird and I didn't kill it.
If I only had my camera on right now.
So yeah, it takes you 10 minutes. 10 minutes to cast Descents. At the end, you all sort of watch Magda do this, and like you saw her in the office, and she was like really concentrated. It was like almost like a pained expression. This is actually quite serene, and it looks like it comes very naturally to her. So she sits, and you notice that her eyes and the way she looked doesn't change, but she just becomes very vacant. And as she's casting, and she pulls out the components on the table. Her fingers seem to move, and actually for you, Magda, you don't know where this comes from within yourself. Like, you just know this thing and how to do it, and her fingers move on the table following the same pattern over and over again for 10 minutes. At the end of the 10 minutes, you then reach out and you just sort of tap on the back of Barry's back. I'd say that 10 times real quick.
Dorcas.
Drunk.
As this happens, you all watch as her eyes go completely white, and she sits rigid, unmoving in her seat. Magda, as this happens, you start to get the same sensation that you got on the boat, because as you enter Barry, and you can. As you enter Barry's senses, sorry.
Drink. Jesus.
No.
Surely this is meant to be family friendly.
He is frantically just searching for food, between all the little cracks of wood in this table. Like there's nutshells that haven't quite been wiped away properly, bits of food that is like solidified in there, and like you go in and it's just he's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, like packing, and then he starts hopping, and then it's a weird sensation. Like at one point he turns around and he sort of like looks at you, and you see yourself from like the bird's angle. Is there anything you want? Like, he's just going about his business, and you are just in there watching, but like you have no control. And then
I'm just gonna watch for like a couple of minutes till the sensation is too unpleasant for me to carry on, and then I'm gonna like go back into myself. I was going to say enter myself, but that was not. No.
That's something else.
No.
I'm gonna go out of Barry and end the spell.
It was never going to sound good.
You can't. No, there's no way you can describe these spells.
We need to do a sexual content warning at the start of this, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This section is not safe for work.
Absolutely a BDSM podcast.
I'm gonna make a conscious action to end spell.
A contraception?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's safe. At least it's
And that's
safe.
how Birds AIDS was born, everybody.
So you return to your own senses and your own body, and the rest of you see this happen, and it's like this almost sudden jolt, and her eyes come back to normal, and you're a bit disorientated for like a couple of seconds, and then you're like, whew, okay, I'm back.
That was amazing.
As this happens, like Barry just comes and hops back up onto your shoulder.
Dara is going to pull like a little sweet out of her pocket and just pass it over to Magda. It's a wrapped sweet. It's wrapped in like paper. And she's just going to pass it over to Magda and pop it in her hand.
What sweet is it?
Might we say it is a boiled sweet?
It is boiled sweeties. We have spoiled sweeties.
Boiled sweeties. Oh yeah.
Imagine if it was an unwrapped, like stuck with hair on it, like.
Oh, I'd say
Werther's original. Dara's not stupid enough to try and give
just roll the wrap in that pocket.
I'd say at this point, Wraith, you have finished, and you come back downstairs, and you rejoin the group. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Are you checking out the warehouse tonight? Is that the plan?
Yeah,
Under the veil of darkness.
The veil of darkness, although I am going to need to bow out in a minute.
Yeah. It's getting to that time anyway. So I'd say you probably have a couple of beers. You sit and sort of talk about what you're going to go and do, what was said in the Blades. Is there anything super important anyone wants to do before you go and check out the warehouse?
No, I'm just going to explain to Lena what I did and like what happened.
You're just very excited about all this.
And then
yeah,
that's it really.
So yeah, you all talk, and you pair in the corner having your little what's that film called? The Craft Club in the corner.
I love that film.
It's a good film. I would like Risen to make me a perception check.
Yes. It's always Risen. I don't like it.
Try to see things again.
You did really well last time.
Come on, Riz.
16?
Oh yeah.
So as you're sat and you're sort of watching this with Luna, and you're like, "Oh, this is cute. This is nice." You as you're looking, you look around the tavern, and like a lot of the tavern, there's windows all around that are just thrown open at night to let in the night air and sort of keep the place cool. As you glance out of like a window to your right, you see a rooftop just opposite the board laid bare, and you see a cloaked figure and a pair of green eyes sort of watching through the window.
I put my beer down, I leg it outside.
Okay. So you literally like the rest of you see this happen, you just see Risen just bang, bolt, and bolts out the front door without a word.
Where the fuck
As you run outside into the street, you see this figure is still there on this rooftop. It's about 100 feet away from you. And you watch as it stands, and you forgot how tall this thing was. Like, it is fucking tall. Like, it towers over the chimney on this roof of this house it stood on.
And I am only 3 feet, so...
Yeah. And then it raises a hand. And then it turns and dips and disappears.
Fuck. I've got no hope in blazes of knowing where it's going, do I?
You roll me a survival. Are you gonna actively try and follow?
No, because I've not. It's like 6 feet taller than me. I've got no hope of catching up, let alone keeping up. I just wonder if I've got an idea of what direction it's heading in. Like what?
Okay, roll me survival.
As soon as you
out. 14.
14. I'd say with a 14. So where you are, the direction it heads is towards. So you're on the city map, aren't you?
I can be. Yes.
So you are. So obviously the board laid bare basically backs against the walls of the city, where you're situated, and you watch as it. You don't know where exactly it's going, but it heads this direction. So it heads towards like the eastern part of the city.
Okay.
Is the direction it jumped and disappeared.
And anything of importance that I might think could even be vaguely connected to what we've been looking at so far?
From that, nothing.
Okay.
But you've seen it a couple of times today, so I'd say with your roll, it's following.
Yeah.
You, but you're not sure why.
Okay.
Friend. And I'd say as you head back into the pub and sit back down, we will leave it there for today.
Hey.
Thanks, Vibe.
Thank you.
Oh.
I learned so much. I was going to start highlighting important information. Entire fucking.
I go back through and I underline things.
Oh, damn.
Remember this.
This is important.
There was a few little Easter eggs in today's.
Just a few.
Very cheeky.
I
There's
definitely
been some
didn't write
Easter
down
eggs
the right
already.
things.
I didn't think it had come up so quick, but it has. So.
What were your predictions, Ellie?
Oh, yeah.
Prediction time.
Oh my god.
But also, presumably, that was the job that he was talking about, right?
Did you predict me?
What job?
Writing a letter.
Fill it out your wall flat.
I did.
Saren was talking about, wasn't he?
About what, sorry?
Scarin talked about travelling.
We don't know.
So when you
We're not there.
when you wrapped up Saltmarsh, there was a conversation between Scarin and somebody else that involved a job offer and a new branch of the Zentarium opening within Neverwinter. Yes.
Didn't you figure out? I've already figured it out. No, it's fine.
No, James was there.
I was absolutely there, and I was just recalling that exact conversation about him saying.
There was.
Was there a recording of that last session? Because I didn't make it.
I don't think we did.
We
I think I
just
sent
have to be
you
in
like.
suspense then, Jackie.
I did send you like
I
a
was
write up. I'm
suspense.
sure I did.
You
we
did.
didn't get to
Yeah.
record it
You tell
'cause
me
it
a
all
lot.
went wrong.
I did.
I was very ambiguous with how Fenny left things, though. To be fair, so
Yeah, but you've let me know what you wanted to do with her. So.
it's very open still. Like
And we still have to do a 5 years in the future thing at some point.
There are things. There are wheels in motion, friends.
where
Don't
are
you
we
worry.
from the timeline? Where is this like in comparison to where we were last time?
So this is 20 years after when you stopped Ichabos.
Oh damn! Okay.
There will be a catch up of what we did in the last campaign at some point for those who are confused as shit right now. We are working on it.
No, all you need to know, Scarron is a floaty boy. Zips around the place and you can't see his leg.
Thing is, I thought he was old at the time. I thought he was pretty old at the time, so now he's
He
like...
was in like his...
He's mega old.
He was like mid-50s when you guys knew him.
I bet he's
mold.
He's moldy old.
He's as swift as ever, I bet it.
Right, am I doing
He's got
these
a floating
predictions or
wheelchair.
what?
He's Professor
Yeah,
X.
do your
Yeah,
prediction.
Right, I think I got it pretty down. I'm pretty sure everything.
do
Are these going to be genuine or are these going to be stupid?
Everything here actually
Adjudicate, please.
happened.
They're going to be so stupid.
So my predictions for this session were shopping. We mentioned it.
You didn't do it.
But we mentioned it. So I'm
We're
pretty sure
thinking
that still
about it.
counts.
We're planning to go with
That doesn't
I'm
count.
pretty sure that still counts. Rin doesn't say much. Pretty sure that happened as well. He didn't say much today. A bit
You
quiet.
fucking knob.
I mean,
We insult someone for no reason. I'm pretty sure we always do that anyway, so yeah. And then
What did we do for
the
no
one
reason?
I didn't get right.
Insult someone.
We always insult someone. I've noticed
We
it
always
every
insult.
session. So
Magda got insulted.
there you go.
Yeah.
Someone,
I
yeah,
did
Magda got
insult Will
insulted.
and
There you
John.
go. The one that didn't come true, which I'm very surprised about, was Indara kills another teen. So
Oh.
I was thrown off by that one. I thought that was going to happen for sure. So I'll try again. That is exactly what I wrote down.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what your favourite bit of the episode was. I am going to be fuming for the next 2 weeks because everyone hates Max's clothes.
Next 4
session,
weeks, we're not playing.
4 weeks, that's true. So next session, we're going to go shopping, and Magda is going to knock everyone's socks off with her new, probably exactly the same, but slightly fancier attire.
Brilliant.
That's it.
See you in the new year.
Yeah, Happy New Year,
It's
everybody. This will be probably
probably
halfway through January when you see this, but I hope you have a good year.